Welcome to Sports Scene Live at Tiger Honda on Airline Highway in Gonzales. I'm Jeff Porsche, and we got a great show again this week. We're going to talk to all three coaches. We're going to talk to Darnell Lee from East Ascension, their big win against McKinley, and then we'll talk to the two coaches that had the Dutchtown versus Santa Maria game, David Oliver from Santa Maria and Guy Mastretta from Dutchtown with the win this time. We're going to talk to Peter Pasqua, and we're going to have Pete's Picks again, and we also have a special segment with the homecoming queen, Kiki Price from Dutchtown High School. We also have a few shout-outs to give to you, and we'll have some players of the week. So we got a busy show ahead. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Summer is officially over, but the deals are still hot at Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Right now, buy any new Honda in stock and don't make your first payment for 90 days with approved credit. Or buy a new 2019 four-door Honda Civic LX Automatic with 0 down. Then pay just $279 a month. $279 a month. That's the Tiger Honda of Gonzales way to save you money. You make the drive, we'll make the deal. You can count on it. Visit TigerHonda.com and start saving.
Ascension Granite and Marble offers fabrication and installation of natural stone and quartz slabs. For stone and countertop installation in your home, call Evan Gonzalez at 225-644-2231. Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. The Player of the Week Award is proudly sponsored by Black Bayou Body Shop at 13308 Bourgeois Road in Gonzales. For all of your body needs, see Gerald Bourgeois for a free estimate. Call 647-6994.
Diaz Tire and Auto Repair invites you to shop with them in Gonzales and the Highway 42 Prairieville location. Bring your school ID and get $5 off oil, lube, and filter. Diaz Tire, Airline Highway Gonzales, and Highway 42 Prairieville.
Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years. On the web at broco.com. Papa John's supports local athletics. Remember, their pizza is the best because they have better ingredients. That makes their pizza better. That's Papa John's in Gonzales, 644-7272. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche. We're at Tiger Honda here in Gonzales off of Airline Highway, and we're joined now by Coach Darnell Lee. Congratulations on another big win, 40-14 over McKinley. But I guess, looks like a big rout, but they played y'all hard for the first half.
They did. It was senior night, and the seniors left it all on the field the first half. Mm-hmm. We had some miscues, but they capitalized. Yeah,
and I know you were trying to rest some players and trying to take it easy with the big game next week, but it really wasn't in the cards for that, the way the team played in the first half.
Right, and you're talking about 15, 16, 17-year-olds. It's not like the Saints holding Drew Brees out week 16 for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. These guys, they come in with a totally different mindset, and you tell one of them who's injured, look, we're going to rest you this week, but you should be good to go next week. They're thinking, okay, well, I don't dress for practice, and I can just stand around the sideline, kind of like Drew Brees, do some thumb exercises. But it's like I said, Coach Oliver at McKinley. Mm-hmm. It was senior night. Their kids came out, and they were ready to go, and we weren't. Yeah. And they did what they were supposed to, and At halftime, it was 14-14. It was kind of like the twilight zone, and
Yeah.
I kind of woke them up at halftime, and the second half went the way we felt it should have.
Right, and you one of the adjustments you made was you bring Cameron Jones back into the game. The first two quarterbacks just weren't getting it done at that point, but when Jones came in, the offense started clicking again.
Yeah, and in fairness to the other two quarterbacks, Hobart Grayson started off. We had the opening series. We fumbled the first snap from under center, something we don't do a whole lot of. We wanted to work it more, and we had a couple of interceptions. Two by Cullen Wheat. He was hit on one of them.
Yeah.
The other, it was an underthrown ball. But like I said, the miscues that were kind of self-inflicted wounds. McKinley capitalized on, and that's a 5A football team, and they may be having a down year, but those kids, they believed in themselves on senior night.
Yeah, and you get the win, and the win's a win.
Yep.
So you're 7-2, and you don't get style points for that. So you're right where you need to be for that last game, and now you got that big rivalry. And I know you played in it, you've coached in it, now you're the head coach in it. Talk about that rivalry from your EA perspective.
I love it, and I played in it, I loved it, and coaching it, I love it. My first couple of years, we lost to the Gators. My third year, we won last year on Burnside, and we're back on Burnside this year. I mean, last year that crowd was almost similar to the crowds when I played back before Dutchtown was open. There was second lines going down Burnside, and you shut down Burnside, and it was a packed house, and there was a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
It was an entertaining game. It come down at 20-13 win for the Spartans, but it's just like I told my seniors yesterday in meetings. For some of those guys, this is the only opportunity they'll have to play in a college-type environment.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have more people at that game than the average Southeastern or Nichols game, and there's no shot to those teams. It's just how big that rivalry is.
Yeah, and this year, you're the favorite with the record and everything, and Santa Ma is going to be coming out there kind of like a caged animal because they're playing for possibly their playoff life because they're right at that point where they may or may not make the playoffs. So what do you expect from them?
I mean, I expect what we see every year in this rivalry. Two teams where you can throw the records out, and that they'll have a little bit more bulletin board material, reason to play. With the playoffs being on the line, but we're playing for something too. I mean, that's the difference. If we played better early on against Catholic last year, and which it was a better game. But if you possibly get that W, then you don't meet John Ehret in the quarters. You play somebody, so you're playing for something regardless. But it's just when you're talking about this rivalry, I think everybody's going to bring their A game.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the Dutchtown and Santa Ma game yesterday in film probably 3 times, and just seeing the momentum swing and seeing how Dutchtown came out and jumped on them early, and then seeing Santa Ma fight the way they did to actually have a chance to tie it up and go to overtime at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, that says a lot about the character of that football team and the job that Coach Oliver's doing over there.
Yeah.
But then again, for Dutchtown to do what they're doing, I mean, they're playing well, doing a great job under Coach Mastretta. That was a great 5A game to watch, and I think that was indicative of the competition and the parity we have here in Ascension Parish.
Yeah, all the games have been very competitive, and that's 2 games came down to the final play in, the inter-parish games. And you're talking about what you're playing for, and you're right. You're in a situation where you probably, if you win here, you could get a top 8 seed, and barring any type of upset, you get a couple of games at home, and then you can avoid like the big dogs, and so that's a big deal.
Yeah, and no matter what, I mean, once you hit the playoffs, you can throw the records out. It's all about who shows up, who wants it the most, but I'm saying it does give you, you're playing maybe a Houghton in the quarters rather than a John Ehret,
Yeah.
Teams that have
That's a
been
big
there.
difference.
So, we're excited, and our kids will be ready. Yesterday ended last night, so the McKinley game is behind us. We made our mistakes, but we fixed them yesterday in film, and our kids are going to be ready this week.
All right, I know they're going to be ready. I know it's going to be a war. Good luck out there.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Darnell Lee from East Ascension with the big win and the big rivalry coming up on Friday. We'll be back in a moment, but first, a look at our players of the week.
We are here today at East Ascension High School to present our Players of the Week Award. And our corporate sponsor is Galvez Seafood Company, and our plaque sponsor is Black Bayou Body Shop. Well, this week, Kendall Washington receives the award. You had a good game and put up some good numbers, too.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell us a little bit about the game and what you did.
Well, it was kind of muddy, so we had to adjust to all that. So coach was just like, hold the ball tight. So we did some like handoff drills and with a wet ball or whatever. So we had to adjust throughout the whole game.
Right, keep from slipping down. That turf gets mighty slippery. And now to present our East Ascension Defensive Player of the Week, our corporate sponsor is Sanoma Muffler, and our plaque sponsor is Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen. This week, Justin Walker receives the award. Tell us about your game Friday night.
I mean, we just executed the play the coach called the best we could. Felt like that we really limited them in the passing game, and
Did everything Coach asked you to do, right?
all right.
All right, what about this week?
I feel like McKinley, if we go out, execute the game plan we got put up, that we should have a good game.
All right, you ready for this game?
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations to our East Ascension Players of the Week.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
El Rey Cokie Service Incorporated is headquarters in Ascension Parish for quality building materials, lumber, and ready-mix concrete. Good luck, Ascension Catholic Bulldogs and Donaldsonville Tigers from El Rey Cokie Service. You know Acadian Custom Cabinets is your one-stop source for all of your cabinet needs. Now Acadian Custom Millworks offers cabinets, doors, windows, as well as shutters. Call 622-6337. Hebert's Cajun Meats in Walker specializes in hand-cut, hand-mixed, and hand-served foods. They offer hot, fresh, and frozen Cajun meats. Friday night is steak night. To get ready for the game, and find them at Hebert'sCajunMeats.com. Hebert Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Hebert Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose: auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services. Meds are important. Get that special fill when you arrive at Prairieville Pharmacy. You'll enjoy personal service with that special touch. It just makes you feel welcome and well taken care of every time you visit Prairieville Pharmacy.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. Jeff Porsche at Tiger Honda on Airline and Gonzales, joined now by Coach Guy Mistretta, the winning coach this week in the big rivalry against Dutchtown and Sanoma. Final score 39-31. Didn't seem like it was going to finish that way, but that's how it turned out.
Yeah, momentum flew, both sides of the field, and it was pretty high school football, man. It happens sometimes. It was a crazy back and forth game.
Yeah, and it's good that you got a guy like Dylan Sampson. I mean, he's been having a great year, and he just exploded at first half of that game.
Yeah. Thing about Dylan, I thought this was his best game overall. The stats showed that it was, but more than that, just the grit that he showed. He got banged up early in the first half. We actually considered taking him out of the game a couple different times, but our other running back got, Bladen Lewis got banged up as well. So we had to play him, and he just gutted it out and really showed a lot of grit this week.
And, you had the big lead. What was going, besides of course, Dylan, what else were you having success with when you took out that early lead?
I think the biggest thing was up front. You know, early on, the first two series of the game, one on either side of the ball, Santa Mar really dominated us up front, and we challenged our guys after that. And I think from our second drive all the way through, midway through the third quarter, I thought we really dominated the front, which was huge for us. You know, and I think, you know, it always, I say that every week, it goes back to those guys up front.
Yeah, and, you know, a team like Santa Mar, and I've mentioned this all year, all three teams seem to be very close no matter what the records look like. And they fought back, and they fought back hard, and had a chance to tie it at the end, though.
Absolutely. They did everything they needed to do to get back into the ball game. A lot of teams would fold in that situation. You know, I think we were up maybe 30 midway through the third quarter. Most teams, again, would probably just mail it in at that point.
Yeah.
Credit to those guys. They kept fighting and did everything they needed to do to get back into contention. I know Coach O's got to be proud of them.
Yeah, and, you know, you had that experience in the regular season, you know, where you kind of maybe got the big lead and then kind of just fall back a little bit. You learned something about your team this week, and they learned a big lesson probably that could help them out in the postseason, right?
They did. You know, there's a couple of lessons. One, we were that close to really dominating that thing and putting it away. So you got to understand how good you can be. You're right there to being a dominant football team.
Yep.
So that should give you a lot of confidence. The other thing is, you know, as you alluding to, don't let up.
Right.
Keep the pressure on and keep doing what you're doing to be successful. So we're excited about where a game like that can lead us going forward.
And next week you're playing for the district title, and you know that's been a while since we could talk about that. You're taking on Catholic. They're 9-0. You're 8-1. So it's two of the top teams in 5A. What do you expect this week?
You know, they're a really solid team. Obviously, their record shows it. They're, you know, nationally ranked, I believe. So it's certainly a challenge, but it's something that our guys are excited about. You know? With great challenges come great rewards. So we're excited about that. When you break a team down, you're always looking for weak spots that you can take advantage of.
Yeah.
That's the difference with these guys. They don't really have that. They don't have maybe the super athletes that they may have had in the past.
Yeah.
But they are absolutely solid and well above average across the board at every single position.
Okay, and is winning the game, I mean, I know you want to win every week, but is it more important for you now to get yourself ready for the playoffs, or, you know, what are we going to expect from Dutchtown next week?
We're pinning our ears back and going to get them. We expect to win the game.
Yeah, that's good. You know, that's definitely a good philosophy to have. And, you know, you're in a position when you can kind of start looking at the rankings now, and you're in a position where you could get a home game coming up. Have you thought about that at all?
Not really. I mean, you know, it's one of those deals where we preach to our guys every week is control what you can control. You know, do what you can do, and we can't look at what other teams are doing. So much goes into those power rankings. Your opponents, and you know, our opponent from week one, whether they win the game or not. So. We can't control what happens there. We can control what happens Friday night, and that's what we'll worry about.
All right, and I'm looking forward to it. I finally get back to Dutchtown and cover a game.
Be good to have you back.
I'm looking forward to it. Coach Guy Mastretta, Dutchtown versus Catholic, the big ETEL game of the week this week. Be sure and check that out. We'll be back in a moment, but first, let's take a look at our players of the week.
We're here today at Dutchtown High School to present our Player of the Week Award. And the Player of the Week Award sponsor is Galvez Seafood Company, and our plaque sponsor this week is Harvest Supermarket. Well, this week, Hayden Harms receives the award. Tell us a little bit about how your game went and what happened.
I think the game went pretty well. I feel like I handled my assignments pretty well, and and the game went really good for the whole team overall.
Well, that's what it's all about, everybody doing their assignment, and the coach can't argue with that.
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations. And now for our Defensive Player of the Week. Our corporate sponsor is Santa Mar Muffler, and our plaque sponsor is Bayou Fit Nutrition. Logan Scott receives the award this week. I see you've been practicing in some of this wet stuff.
Yes, sir. We're just bouncing off a loss from EA. We all were hungry for another win, so we all just played our best through the slop this whole week, and got the best week of practice we could, and a win came out of it.
All right, well, congratulations to both of you on being our Players of the Week from Dutchtown.
Summer is officially over, but the deals are still hot at Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Right now, buy any new Honda in stock and don't make your first payment for 90 days with approved credit. Or buy a new 2019 four-door Honda Civic LX Automatic with 0 down. Then pay just $279 a month. $279 a month. That's the Tiger Honda of Gonzales way to save you money. You make the drive, we'll make the deal. You can count on it. Visit TigerHonda.com and start saving.
Don Seafood has been serving Louisiana the finest Cajun seafood since 1934. Come enjoy a menu you won't find anywhere else. Our traditional Cajun family recipes. Oysters, fried alligator, boiled seafood. You'll find it all here. You'll feel right at home. Happy hour all day, every day, and weeknight specials. And watch as we prepare your oysters on the grill. Now in all 7 locations from Metairie to Lafayette. We're celebrating our 80th anniversary. You've got to come see what's new at Don Seafood.
Welcome to Premier Lanes Entertainment Center. Have the ultimate birthday party and have it catered. Book your private party in the Ascension Zone. Bring the whole family for fun and games at Action Alley Arcade. Enjoy Spin Zone bumper cars and laser maze. Visit the famous Ball Wall Cafe, including our Slammin' Ball Wall Pizza. Ask about the upcoming league bowling. Premier Lanes Entertainment Center, 1414 Airline Highway, Gonzales. Book your party now. Call 621-BOWL. Selling your home? Rick Gotro with Realty Executives in Prairieville can do a comparative market analysis to properly value your home before it goes on the market. Call Ricky today, 715-7256.
See Gonzales Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry boots, camo rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzales Military on Burnside in Gonzales.
Suit yourself at Squires Formal Wear. They have everything for homecomings, proms, or any other occasion. Get a free groom's formal with the purchase of 6 rentals. Ask about limo rentals too. Squires Formal Wear, Gonzales. The St. James Parish Hospital Clinics are proud to be the plaque sponsors for the Lutcher and St. James High School Player of the Week. The St. James Parish Hospital Clinics wish the Bulldogs and Wildcats good luck in 2019. Waiting in long lines is over at Ralph's Pharmacy. They promise to make your experience fast and pleasant with great personal service, a low price guarantee, and convenient hours. Come see your neighborhood pharmacy. Ralph's Pharmacy. Diaz Auto Parts Gonzales is your Napa dealer. They have quality parts, accessories, paints, tools, and supplies. A complete line for cars, trucks, imports, marine, industrial, and farm equipment. They make hydraulic hoses. Diaz Auto Parts, your Napa dealer.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live, and I'm Jeff Porsche, and we're at Tiger Honda in Gonzales. And now Coach Oliver, David Oliver from Santa Maud, welcome back.
Appreciate y'all having me.
All right, and you had the loss this week, final score 39-31 against Dutchtown, but really it was 2 games, and I think that it showed a lot of character on your team's part that you trailed all the way going into the 3rd quarter, and then you guys fought back hard and nearly pulled out a tie at the end of the game.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the result, and I'm sure our kids were too, but I wasn't disappointed in the effort of the kids at all. There was some little lulls in the game where we know we could have played better and some things we could have done. I mean, I was real impressed with, Dutchtown and Coach Mistretta's teams. But, at the end of the day, a lot of times it's just about us. And we started off great, opening drive, touchdown, and then we started through the 1st quarter was pretty even. And then, 2nd quarter, they got hot on offense and got some stops on defense and got up by 30. And then, we had a play that momentum and confidence is so important for high school kids. We got a couple plays in a row that made a difference. We hit Javen Aguilar on a deep pass, and that was right after they scored to go up 30, and so that cut the lead down. And then they threw a little lateral that was fumbled, and we turned that into some quick points. So all of a sudden you got kind of a different game right there, and that kind of charged up the defense and the special teams, and we were able to get back in it and manage the clock pretty decent. We got the onside kick and had a shot at the end to win it, but we had done some damage before that it just was too much to overcome. But like you said, the fight was there and the effort was there. Just proud of the kids for that, but the result was not what we wanted.
Right, but it does say a lot about your team as well, not just the comeback, but Dutchtown's an 8-1 team, and they're a very solid team, and they have one loss in district, and you're playing right on their level, and then you get another team next week that's going to be at that same level, so you know that you can compete with the guys at that kind of level.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think our coaches or our players doubt that we can compete with any team in our league, but it's I guess the challenge for us now would be to try to figure out how to play at that level for 48 minutes. Not 23 or 22 or whatever we played the other night, to go out and just put a sustained effort where the offense feeds off the defense feeds off the offense, and the special teams plays great instead of just being so inconsistent. And they say, well, this is the youngest team I've coached in a number of years because we're relying on a ton of juniors and some sophomores that are playing crucial roles. But you talk about the quarterback position, you talk about some safeties and linebackers, and so they want to attribute to that. But we're 9 games in, so I mean these guys aren't really. I don't see them as that. They're veterans now, so we got to start playing 48 minutes like a veteran team.
Yeah, and the team that you're playing this week, East Ascension, they had the same trouble that you were having last week. I covered them this week at McKinley. That game was tied at halftime, and that shocked everybody. So, you're talking about a team that's also kind of inconsistent here and there. And, what are they going to propose to you as a threat?
I'm sure this is going to be we'll take their best shot. I mean, this is, this is the easiest game of the year from a coaching standpoint, motivation-wise. Now the scheme is important, but, from a motivation standpoint, it's not going to be hard for either of our coaches to get these teams up and ready to play each other. That means a lot to both communities. It means a lot to both schools. And regardless of the sport or the competition or whatever, I mean, they'll be out there tomorrow morning playing golf, wearing their black and gold and blue and yellow.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's yellow or gold. I don't know what that technically is, but and it'll be heated and it'll be discussed, and there'll be some good times had out there by everybody. So it doesn't matter what they play; it means something to somebody.
Right, and it does mean a lot to you too, because one thing we haven't talked about is you're fighting for a playoffs berth, and you're right at that level or that cusp where you might make it, you may not. A win would remove all doubt.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just really think we got to win to get in. I think if we don't win, we'll be the only team with 5 wins in the state that don't get in.
Yeah.
If you look at the numbers, and really, if you lose your last 3 games, we probably don't deserve to be in.
Right.
So our focus is to go get a win and go see, if that bumps you up a few spots. Right now, we're sitting at 32, which means obviously you play the first top team in the state, and if you bump up 2 or 3 spots, and if you beat a team like EA, you have a tendency to move up because their record's good, their power strength of schedule's good, which helps you out. So beating a team like EA is like getting 2 wins.
Yeah, it is.
2 wins against another team, that's not doing very well. So
right.
I think we still control our own destiny, but it's going to take a huge effort Friday night in Gonzales.
Well, I've been saying all season, and we've talked about it. I think all the teams are very close, and you saw that again with your game, and you saw it with the Dutchtown East Ascension game. Both games, a team had a chance to tie or win on the final play. Not expecting much different, I don't believe, this week.
No, these games always have a tendency to be close, and it's always a huge environment, huge event, and it's one of them games that those kids remember for the rest of their lives. Not all of our kids get to go a chance to play at major college football, so for a lot of them, this is they're going to be their moment to play and be appreciated in front of that many fans and people. So it's always a special night when you play EA.
Well, good luck, and we're hoping for the best, and hoping to see you next week and talk about a playoff game. So, Coach Oliver from Santa Ma taking on East Ascension, a big rivalry game this week. We'll be back in a moment, but first let's see some shout-outs, and let's take a look at the players of the week.
We're here today at Sanoma High School to present our Players of the Week Award. And our corporate sponsor for the Offensive Player of the Week is Galvez Seafood Company, and our plaque sponsor is DeLone Supermarket. This week, Javin Aguilar receives the award, and tell us about bouncing back and where's the team right now?
Well, I feel like we're getting better, but last week we didn't go out and execute like we were supposed to. But I feel this week we're going to bounce back with a strong win.
All right. Remains to be seen if it's going to rain or not.
Yes, sir. Hopefully it doesn't. Be at the pit, 7 o'clock Friday night.
All right. Now for our Defensive Player of the Week. Our corporate sponsor is Sanoma Muffler, and our plaque sponsor is Tiger Honda. Well, this week, Jax Melanson receives the award. Tell us about the game and how long you've been playing. I know you didn't start the season out with these guys.
Yeah, I'm a sophomore right now, but I'm just having fun playing the game I love, and I've just been trying to play my hardest and make as many tackles as I can.
All right. Well, you got a good one this week, hopefully, and we'll see you at the game. That's our Players of the Week from Sanoma.
Summer is officially over. But the deals are still hot at Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Right now, buy any new Honda in stock and don't make your first payment for 90 days with approved credit. Or buy a new 2019 four-door Honda Civic LX Automatic with 0 down. Then pay just $279 a month. $279 a month. That's the Tiger Honda of Gonzales way to save you money. You make the drive, we'll make the deal. You can count on it. Visit TigerHonda.com and start saving.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Don Seafood has been serving Louisiana the finest Cajun seafood since 1934. Come enjoy a menu you won't find anywhere else. Our traditional Cajun family recipes. Oysters, fried alligator, boiled seafood. You'll find it all here. You'll feel right at home. Happy hour all day, every day, and weeknight specials. And watch as we prepare your oysters on the grill. Now in all 7 locations from Metairie to Lafayette. We're celebrating our 80th anniversary. You've got to come see what's new at Don Seafood.
My shoulder pain got so bad I couldn't lift anything overhead. So I chose Peak Performance, and I can't believe how much better I am now. Peak really does get you back into the game of life. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Bruyette's Automotive Paint and Body are collision repair specialists. Their certified trained technicians offer state-of-the-art repair. They offer free estimates and all insurance claims are welcome. Bruyette's Automotive Paint and Body. Tags and Titles in Sanama is your one-stop shop for all your DMV and notary needs. Get your license plate without the wait at Tags and Titles in Sanama. Phone 644-1512. Leader's Fried Chicken, located at 203 West Cornerview, Gonzales, is home of the original chicken fingers. Come taste the real thing. They're proud to support high school athletics in Ascension Parish. Leader's Fried Chicken, home of the original chicken fingers. 23rd Judicial District Attorney Ricky Babin wishes all teams in Ascension, Assumption, and St. James parishes good luck this football season. Stay focused and set your sights on getting to the Superdome. Sanama Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanama area for many years, doing exhaust work, brake, tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanama Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Tiger Audio, South Airline Highway, Gonzales. They're on the edge of town and the cutting edge of audio technology for your auto, home theater, and marine needs. Tiger Audio. Call the audio experts today and hear the roar.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche. We're at Tiger Honda, and we are not with the coaches at the moment. We're with royalty from Dutchtown, Kiki Price, homecoming queen.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank
How are you?
Good, great.
All right. So how does it feel to be queen?
Well, honestly, when I first heard my name when they announced the queen, I was like, whoa, because, you know, it's like that's you out of like 18, 15 girls, something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, you really feel like honored, honestly, because I think everybody could have deserved it, honestly.
So as a faculty member at Dutchtown, sometimes you get an idea who's going to win, or you might know, like you might know that there's a chance you'll win, or that maybe you know somebody else on the court that's going to win. Did you have any of those feelings beforehand, or did it actually like legit shock you?
You have, like, you know, your friends and stuff that's like, you got this, or your like people on the court, we all say like, I wonder who it's gonna be. Like, it's probably gonna be you or you. But like, I don't think anybody knows until they announce it. It's kind of like everybody feel like they have the chance because we made the court. So everyone has their.
And the court was really impressive this year. A lot of girls on that court that had a lot of credentials and a lot of different things and qualifications. And you know, how does it feel to be? You know, do you feel anything that you actually won in such a competitive group?
It was crazy to me because I know they had like 2 band girls, a lot of people that were like in student council beta, this cheerleading, dancing, and then I never, like, I wasn't in the sport. I was only in the club, like DECA Club. I didn't know if anybody really knows about that club, but like that was the club that nominated me, and so I wasn't expecting to have like that big of a like group to like vote for me, because it's one girl out of all those girls that you vote for the last one. So I was like, okay, well, everybody's gonna have their own groups and stuff. So I was like, just let the numbers play out. Like, I didn't think that it would be me, honestly, at all. So it was cool.
Yeah, and you have a big entourage out here. I see your family
Yep.
sitting here watching and everything. Did you have a big support group at the announcement? And
Yes.
what happened when you won with your family and everything?
My family, most of them are from New Orleans. They all came down and they had the little signs with my face on it and stuff. And so when I won, they all were like waving them and screaming and yelling, woo! So I had a good following for the whole process, from the parade to the game.
Okay, and then you had the big ceremony at, you had that on Friday night. Then Saturday night you had the dance where you were crowned with Dejan as the king. Talk about that whole experience.
That's actually one of my friends. I've been knowing him since like middle school, so I thought it was really cool that both of us got to be the king and the queen. And I voted for him actually, so that was cool. So like, I'm glad that we got to share that experience together.
Okay, and do you have anybody in particular you'd like to thank or give a little shout out to?
I want to thank Deca Club for the nomination. I want to thank all my friends, all the people that voted for me, and thank you, Dutchtown. That's the last one.
Well, great. Kiki
Yep.
Price,
Thank
homecoming
you.
queen.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
joining us.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a break, and we're going to be right back.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner. And check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right.
Amco Transmissions on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge, 752-0081.
AA MCO.
Don't buy all the tools you need to get the job done. Rent what you need from General Rental. They have contractors and homeowner tools. General Rental on the Airline Highway across from the State Fairgrounds. Gronyard Furniture and Appliance has top name brands like Ashley, Sealy, Lazy Boy, Maytag, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Toshiba, KitchenAid, Stearns & Foster, Serta, Speed Queen, and more. Gronyard's in Donaldsonville. La Petite Daycare is a full-service daycare center. They are preschool Class A licensed. Established in 1985 by Danny and Linda Vargas, La Petite Daycare Center is a positive learning place for your child. 2 of the best companies in the concrete business have joined forces to give you a high-quality product on time. Ask for an estimate and Quality Concrete will give you the best prices and best product. Quality Concrete in Prairieville. When you need prevention or treatment of pests, call Cotton's Pest Control. They've been treating residential and commercial firms with pest control for nearly 50 years. Helping dangerous species. Call Cotton's Pest Control. Like personal service when having your collision work done on your vehicle? Take it to Mark's Body Shop on Pertree Road in Sanama. Mark says they care about your finished product. Their goal is to make you and your car happy. Mark's Body Shop. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. Jeff Porsche with you at Tiger Honda on Airline in Gonzales, and now Pete's Picks, Peter Pasqua.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I was doing okay till I saw you cow, but that's all right. We're going to talk about the games. You're 7-1, 67-13 overall.
9-1.
Oh yeah, 9-1. You're right. All right.
Let's see.
All right. So let's get to the big games. Let's start out with the game for the District 5-5A title, perhaps Catholic and Dutchtown.
I'm picking Catholic. Dutchtown, Dylan Sampson last week, 274 yards, 4 touchdowns. You got to defend the whole field with him. Not like a quarterback, just as a running back. He's got 1,500 yards on the season, 20 touchdowns. But this is one of Catholic's best teams. They got wins over Parkview, U-High, St. Thomas More, EA, and Core. I still like Dutchtown, but I'm picking Catholic. Dutchtown, the wins over Covington, North Shore, and Rain. Fritzy, Youngblood came up big with a touchdown last week, and Winfield too, and on defense, Jala Blakes, and Javion Hughes, Chris Washington, Scott Ague. Still picking the Catholic.
Yeah, and then you have the game, Santa Maria at EA. This time it's going to be at Spartan Stadium.
The 40th meeting, Santa Maria's leading 20-19. Santa Maria showed a lot of grit last week, coming back after being down 33-3. Let's see, EA's big playmaker, Stephen McBride. They used 3 different quarterbacks this year: Cameron Jones, Hobart Grayson, Cullen Wheat, Kendall Washington. Coming up big. They also got Ethan Bagwell scored a touchdown last week. They coming off a 40-14 win over McKinley. Santa Maria's used both their quarterbacks, Zephyr and Poirier. Reggie Sims got the most touchdowns. Aguilar and Boscom at wide receiver. Becknell, Vaughn, and Storks and some other offensive guys. I'm picking EA to tie this series to 20-20, and EA's number 11 in the rankings, but they're number 3 in the power rankings. Santa Maria's got to win this game to make the playoffs. They're 34th in the power rankings. EA, some other guys on defense. Jaron Johnson is good at wide receiver as well, and then Javon Carter, Rionte Jones and DeJohn Jones on defense. Jarrell Boykins on the D-line, Troy Delmore, and Esther, defensive back. Kel Babin's a good safety that returns kicks, too. I'm picking EA.
All right, now let's go to District 9, 3A, Donaldsonville. They're going to get a home game against Berwick.
Well, I'm going to pick Donaldsonville in this game. They coming off a tough loss to Lutcher, 25-18. They were tied 18-18 down the stretch. But the only losses, Assumption, St. James, and Lutcher. Some wins against E.D. White, Patterson, Woodlawn. Berwick's only real win was against Patterson, 29-26. I like Donaldsonville here in this game with Traquavius Tenner, Raylan Johnson. Trayvon Brown had a good week with 2 touchdown passes last week. Robert Kent and Rashad Landry and Trayvon Dunn on defense. I'll pick Donaldsonville.
All right, now Lutcher, we talked about them beating Donaldsonville. They play Patterson.
I'll pick Lutcher in this game. They got the win last week over Donaldsonville. They're number 28 in the power rankings. Donaldsonville is number 5 in the power rankings. But Dutchtown was number 15 and number 18. Patterson lost 65-0 to St. James last week. Makai Patterson, quarterback for Lutcher, had a good game. And their Winfield, Dwayne Winfield, had 2 touchdowns last week. And Burkhalter had a big fumble recovery to set up the winning score. I pick Lutcher.
All right, now St. James still red hot playing E.D. White.
Number 1 in the rankings, number 1 in the polls. Both of them, 65-0 win. Big wins over big schools, Destrehan, Assumption, East St. John. Shamar Smith had 3 total touchdowns last week. Sean LaBeouf, Shaz Preston had returned a punt last week and had a receiving touchdown on defense. Brad Batiste returned an interception for a touchdown. I like Robert Valdez and the St. James Wildcats. I don't think they gonna be tough to beat in the playoffs. I'm picking them big over E.D. White, although E.D. White might be a better game than what they've faced the last couple of weeks.
All right, now let's go to Ascension Catholic. They're taking on St. John.
It's a big rivalry game between the 2 Catholic schools on the West Bank. And sometimes St. John is up and beating Ascension Catholic bad. Sometimes Ascension Catholic's up beating St. John. It's been Ascension Catholic the last couple of years. They made it to the Dome the last 2 years. Coach Saya, I'm hoping that they have another good run this year. Jai Williams had 150 yards last week, but didn't get in the end zone. But Bryce Leonard had the quarterback had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Kai Prion, the freshman back, had 2 rushing touchdowns. And then they also got on defense Jamon Tapp and Nick Hilliard's back. He's playing big for them. Ascension Catholic's number 2 ranked team and number 3 in the power rankings. I like them big over St. John.
All right, and Ascension Christian, they're getting East Iberville.
Well, I'm going to pick East Iberville. They're having a pretty good year, 6-2. Ascension Christian's coming off a pretty bad loss last week, 41-7. Ascension Catholic beat them. Diaz was not that good. They held the negative 2 yards passing, but Varnado had a 6-yard touchdown run to stop the shutout. They also got Bledsoe, Gayo, and Hansley, but I'm going to pick East Iberville in this game.
Okay, now the big one, LSU, Alabama.
Okay, so it's been since 2011 since LSU beat Alabama 9-6. In that game at Century when they were ranked 1 and 2, they coming into this game ranked 1 and 2. Ed Orgeron is 8-3 against top 10 ranked teams. He's 33-9 overall. Those 3 losses he has to top 10 teams were all 3 to Alabama. Of course, Nick Saban had coached at LSU and kind of made the program what it is. I mean, it's a good matchup. You got Joe Burrow, and if Tua is going to play, I mean, they say he's a game time decision. I figure he's probably going to play.
Yeah.
You got to think Burrow's the Heisman front runner right now, and it's will be a different game than 2011 when that game happened, because we're looking at receivers here and not running the ball with strong defenses. I mean, LSU's got Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Marshall, and then Alabama's got Jerry Jeudy, Ruggs, Smith, and Waddle. I like Najee Harris. He's a good back. He's kind of dinged up, but I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire for LSU too. LSU lost twice in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. It's 8 straight times. I don't like to pick a team that has a loss. Neither Alabama or LSU has a loss this year. It's hard to pick LSU winning this game without winning in 8 straight tries. But if LSU's gonna win this, is gonna break this streak of losing, they got to do it this year. So I'm picking LSU to win this game.
All right, now you're talking. Thank you for getting that cap off. I was not feeling comfortable. All right, now let's go to the other big rivalry. That's 3 big rivalries we're talking about this week. Now we got the Falcons taking on the Saints.
Well, I picked the Saints here. These are 2 opposite spectrums here. The Saints are 7-1. The Falcons are 1-7. The Saints, they won 6 games with Drew Brees hurt. Now he's back. Michael Thomas is matchup proof. Alvin Kamara was dinged up, but Latavius Murray had stepped in. Hopefully they can get Kamara back. The defense is playing great right now for the Saints. It's an easy win for the Saints in the Dome. Julio Jones is a big playmaker for the Falcons, and Matt Ryan's been dinged up. Maybe he'll play, but easy win for the Saints.
All right, now another big game in the area, Walker taking on Zachary.
Okay, so I'm going to pick Zachary in this game. This is for the 4-5A title. Both of these teams are undefeated, and both of them won 6 in a row, Zachary's 2 losses are to EA and Deerfield, Florida. Walker's coming off a 35-13 win over their rival Denham. And Walker's got some playmakers in Ethan McMasters, Dimitri White, and Keandre Brown. And Brian Thomas is a big-time receiver, but all Zachary needs is Keelan Brown. They won 2 state championships with him already. So I'm picking Zachary in this one. And I'm hoping y'all can go out and check out our website, www.lasportscene.net. We got all the players of the week. We got our game stories, some photos, and all the coaches' insights and stuff. So check that out at www.lasportscene.net. That's all, folks.
And that's all, folks. That's right. All right, Peter Posco with Pete's Picks. We'll be back in just a moment, but first, let's look at some more players of the week.
All right, we're here at St. James High School to present our Player of the Week award. And our sponsor for the St. James High School Player of the Week is St. James Parish Hospital. Our plaque sponsor is St. James West Bank Clinic. Shamar Smith receives the award this week. This seems like an old Star Trek episode where they keep replaying the same thing. Y'all must be doing something right.
Yes, we're doing something right. We're doing the small things, getting the win. So that's a grit right there.
And who you got this week?
We got Patterson.
All right, you think you'll be able to handle them?
Yes, sir. We got to do the small things and be 1-0 each week.
How's this cold weather going to affect you?
They ain't gonna affect. They ain't gonna affect us, but you gotta get used to it, adapt to it. Ain't nothing new.
Right. Okay. Oh, congratulations on being the Player of the Week for St. James. We're here today at Lutcher High School to present our Player of the Week award, and our corporate sponsor is St. James Parish Hospital. Our plaque sponsor is Lutcher Family Clinic. Well, this week the winner is Trey Stewart. Tell us about what kind of game you had last Friday.
Last Friday, I had a tremendous game. We came out and fought as hard as we could and played very good as a team. But we ended up not coming on top, but we're still working hard.
Yeah, you fell a little short. This week you got Donaldsonville here. So how are you going to treat those guys in the dog yard?
We're going to tear them up.
All right. And Congratulations on being Player of the Week, and we'll see you next week here in Lutcher.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche. We're at Tiger Honda, and we are not with the coaches at the moment. We're with royalty from Dutchtown, Kiki Price, homecoming queen.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank
How are you?
Good, great.
All right. So how does it feel to be queen?
Well, honestly, when I first heard my name, when they announced the queen, I was like, whoa, because, it's like that's you out of like 18, 15 girls, something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, you really feel, like, honored, honestly, because I think everybody could have deserved it, honestly.
So as a faculty member at Dutchtown, sometimes you get an idea who's going to win, or you might know, like you might know that there's a chance you'll win, or that maybe you know somebody else on the court that's going to win. Did you have any of those feelings beforehand, or did it actually like legit shock you?
You have, like, your friends and stuff that's like, you got this, or your like people on the court, we all say like, I wonder who it's gonna be. Like, it's probably gonna be you or you. But like, I don't think anybody knows until they announce it. It's kind of like everybody feel like they have the chance because we made the court. So everyone has their.
And the court was really impressive this year. A lot of girls on that court that had a lot of credentials and a lot of different things and qualifications. And how does it feel to be? Do you feel anything that you actually won in such a competitive group?
It was crazy to me because I know they had like 2 band girls, a lot of people that were like in student council beta, this cheerleading, dancing, and then I wasn't in the sport. Right. I was only in the club, like DECA Club. I didn't know if anybody really knows about that club, but like that was the club that nominated me, and so I wasn't expecting to have like that big of a group to like vote for me, because it's one girl out of all those girls that you vote for the last one. So I was like, okay, well, everybody's gonna have their own groups and stuff. So I was like, just let the numbers play out. Like, I didn't think that it would be me, honestly, at all. So it was cool.
Yeah, and you have a big entourage out here. I see your family sitting here watching and everything. Did you have a big support group at the announcement, and what happened when you won with your family and everything?
My family, most of them are from New Orleans. They all came down and they had the little signs with my face on it and stuff. And so when I won, they all were like waving them and screaming and yelling, woo! So I had a good following for the whole process, from the parade to the game.
Okay, and then you had the big ceremony at you had that on Friday night. Then Saturday night you had the dance where you were crowned with Dejan as the king. Talk about that whole experience.
That's actually one of my friends. I've been knowing him since like middle school, so I thought it was really cool that both of us got to be the king and the queen. And I voted for him actually, so that was cool. So like, I'm glad that we got to share that experience together.
Okay, and do you have anybody in particular you'd like to thank or give a little shout out to?
I want to thank DECA Club for the nomination. I want to thank all my friends, all the people that voted for me, and thank you, Dutchtown. That's the last one.
Well, great. Kiki Price,
Thank
homecoming
you.
queen.
Yes,
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a break, and we're going to be right back. This week, I'm Jeff Porsche, and we've been here at Tiger Honda. I'd like to thank them for all of their hospitality this season, and we'll be back next week. We'd like to thank our... Okay, 3, 2, 1. And we're back, and that'll do it for our show this week on Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche, and I'd like to thank Tiger Honda for their hospitality once again this week. And we'd like to thank all the coaches. I'd like to thank Darnell Lee from East Ascension, David Oliver from Santamon, and Guy Mastretta from Dutchtown. Also, thanks to Pete for Pete's Picks. And we'd also like to thank Kiki Price for paying us a visit, homecoming queen at Dutchtown High School.